you're a coffee drinker, you know the drill. You make your morning brew and you're left with a filter full of wet grounds. Most of us, well, we just toss them in the trash. But what if I told you that daily waste could actually be a secret treasure for your houseplants? In this explainer, we're going to dive into exactly how to use coffee grounds to feed your plants the right way. Let's get into it. But hang on, before we go any further, this is really important. Think of this as a guide for careful, responsible experimenting. What we're about to talk about isn't some magic bullet for every single plant out there. So please, listen to the whole thing, start with tiny amounts, and remember, you're the one in charge of your plant's health. It's on you. Okay, now that we've got that crucial warning out of the way, let's talk about that moment. You've just poured your coffee and you're staring at the leftover grounds. You ever feel that little pang of guilt as you're about to throw them away? You're not alone. It feels like a waste because honestly, it's a huge missed opportunity. And that feeling right there, that's what sparked this whole idea. It's that simple thought. There's gotta be a better use for this. That leads to this awesome discovery of how these grounds can get a second life, moving from your trash can straight into your flower pots. So what's the big deal with these dark, damp grounds anyway? What makes them something a plant would actually want? Well, it turns out they are absolutely packed with goodies that can seriously improve your soil and give your plants a nice little pick-me-up. Let's break down what's really inside. What's so cool here is the nutrient profile. Coffee grounds are a fantastic source of organic matter, which basically just helps create a happy, healthy home for your plant's roots. They are especially rich in nitrogen. That's the N you see on fertilizer bags, and that's the key ingredient for getting those lush, green, vibrant leaves. Plus, they've got phosphorus, potassium, and other little micronutrients that are just essential for plants' overall health. And here's a wild little bonus you might not expect. That tiny bit of caffeine still hanging out in the used grounds, it's not just for us. It can actually work as a natural pest deterrent for annoying little critters like slugs and snails. So you're not just feeding your plant, you might be helping to protect it too. Pretty neat, right? Okay, so you get the why. Now let's get into the how. We're going to walk through two really distinct, super straightforward ways to give your plants this coffee ground treat. One is a dry method, and the other is a liquid feed, kind of like a compost tea. Let's start with the dry one. This is the most direct way to do it. First, you've got to collect your grounds. Espresso grounds are awesome because they're so fine, and spread them out to dry completely. This step is non-negotiable. It's what prevents mold. Once they're dry, just sprinkle a very thin layer, we're talking a tablespoon or two, right on top of the soil. And listen, as the slide says in all caps, keep the grounds away from the stems and leaves. You don't want them touching. Then, just water like you normally would. Do this maybe once a month when your plant is actively growing. All right, on to method 2, the liquid feed. For this one, you'll put your grounds into a bottle, then add a little pinch of cinnamon and turmeric. They've got these amazing antifungal properties that help keep things healthy. Fill the bottle about halfway with mineral water, then top it off with regular water. Now, let it sit for 2 days somewhere warm and give it a good shake every now and then. When it's ready, use it to water your plant, but, and this is key, only use about 1/4 of the amount of water you normally would. After that, just take a fork and gently fluff up the top layer of soil. We've covered the how-tos, but this next part, I'd argue it's the most important section of all. To make sure you're helping and not accidentally hurting your plants, there are some critical warnings and tips you absolutely have to know. So please, pay close attention here. This is so important. Not every plant wants a coffee break. Plants that love acidic soil, like roses, hydrangeas, even tomatoes, they often do really well with this. But you should absolutely avoid using grounds on plants that prefer the opposite. That's alkaline or more sweet soil. This includes most succulents and cacti. See, used grounds are a little acidic, and adding them can totally mess up the delicate pH balance that these types of plants need to thrive. Now, if you want to create a real plant superfood, you can boost your coffee grounds with other kitchen scraps. Crushed up eggshells add a fantastic calcium boost, which helps build strong plant cells. Chopped banana peels are just loaded with potassium for overall energy. And like we said, that pinch of cinnamon is great for helping to keep nasty fungus and bacteria away. Okay, if you only remember 3 things from this whole explainer, let it be these 3 golden rules. 1. More is not better. Too much can literally cause something called nitrogen burn, which turns the leaves yellow and can even kill the plant. 2. Only use pure black coffee grounds. Any leftover milk or sugar is just an open invitation for mold and gross bacteria. And 3, like we just covered, know your plant. Do not use this on cacti, succulents, or any other plant that needs alkaline soil. So, we've given you the science, the methods, and all the big warnings. Now the ball is in your court. The real key to success here is just becoming a careful observer. Start small, watch how your plant reacts, and then adjust what you're doing. You are officially the scientist of your own indoor garden. And ultimately, that's the big question, isn't it? While we know many plants can benefit, every single plant is its own little individual. The only way you're ever going to truly know for sure is to give it a try. Safely, slowly, and smartly. Observe, learn, and see if your morning brew can become your plant's new favorite thing.